Indie games like Hollow Knight Silksong or Sea of Stars are on most of our wish lists. We have seen them, we are excited for them. But this time we take a look at 6 upcoming indie games you probably haven't heard of. And today I want to change that. Hi, this is Luca from Fato Gaming and I want to know what upcoming indie games should get more attention. Tell me in the comments. Okay, let's get to it. We start with a really special one. Crypt Custodian is the next game of Kyle Thompson, the brilliant mind behind the charmful and amazing Islets, which was my favorite Metroidvania of 2022. Instead of a 2D Metroidvania, Crypt Custodian is an isometric action-adventure that describes itself as a Metroidvania and Zelda-like. It takes the same art style of Islets into a new, equally charming setting and really cranks up the action. It's all about intense combat, dashing, puzzles, platforming, and gaining new abilities for combat and exploration. At least, that's the vibe the trailer gives me. Kyle Thompson's brother Eric Thompson already composed a fantastic soundtrack for Islets, and he's working on the music here as well, so that's another thing to get excited about. Besides the announcement trailer and the little information on the Steam page, there's not much more we know about it. But it looks fantastic, and if this is anywhere near as good as Islets, then we can expect something really special. Crypt Custodian is set to release in 2024. What do you think about this? Did you play Islets and is Crypt Custodian up your alley? Let me know in the comments. Another game we don't know too much about, except one thing, and that's probably the only thing you need to know. It's developed by Radical Fish Games, the incredible devs behind the masterpiece CrossCode. If you play CrossCode, you know these devs take their work really seriously. So we can probably expect an emotional story, brilliant level design, and beautiful pixel art. Project Terra, that's what it's currently named, takes place in a completely new setting. So there's no MMORPG thing going on. And I'm really excited to see the new stories, characters, and world the devs create. A few things that definitely are exactly as in CrossCode so far is the mix of melee and range attacks. If you remember, CrossCode did that thing where the protagonist throws these spheres in combat and to solve puzzles. This protagonist comes with a crossbow that seems to work similarly. The level design looks familiar too. CrossCode has these complex environments that are platforming puzzles in themselves. From what we've seen in Project Terra, it seems like the devs want to keep that fun concept. And the best thing? The music is once again composed by Dennis Akbulut, who also created an absolute banger of a soundtrack for CrossCode. Keep in mind that the gameplay you're seeing here is from a fairly early development status, and things are likely to change drastically. But everything so far looks highly promising, and considering Radical Fish Games already created a modern masterpiece, leaves me excited. What are your thoughts on this? Is this something you would want to play, and did you play CrossCode? Let me know down below. Sacrifier is a modern JRPG with an obvious love for retro RPGs. It blends sci-fi and fantasy beautifully together, and the mix of pixel art, 2D and 3D graphics looks absolutely stunning. What's really cool is the 2D level design. That reminds me a lot of Valkyrie Profile and allows for a unique approach to exploration. The combat on the other hand takes place in 3D environments. It's an interesting mix of real-time action and a turn-based style, where targeting specific body parts brings a certain degree of strategy into combat. I mean, you see the footage. This game looks stellar. The animations, the colors, the lighting, everything is top-notch and looks like we're getting a game of really high quality. Something to get excited about as well is that part of the soundtrack is composed by the great Motoi Sakuraba, who created amazing music for the Stars series, Valkyrie Profile and Dark Souls. Sacrifier is set to release this year for PC, PS4 and Nintendo Switch. What do you think of Sacrifier? Does this look like something you want to play? Tell me in the comments. Mandragora has been on my wishlist forever, and it looks like a game that features many things I love. It's a 2.5D side-scroller action RPG with deep Metroidvania and Souls-like elements. At least that's what the Steam page says. It has brutal skill-driven combat, exploration typical to a Metroidvania, and a story written by Brian Mitsoda, writer of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. So we can probably expect some mystery and well-written characters. The pre-alpha gameplay footage already showed an extensive talent tree for customizing your build, and there is also multiple unique classes to choose from. And from what we can see so far, there are even more interesting RPG elements built into this. This game already looks super well made. The graphics are fantastic and the animations fit that heaviness of a Souls-like perfectly. Honestly, this all looks fantastic, almost as fantastic as the subscribe button you can hit if you like this video. If this really is the perfect mix of an RPG and a Metroidvania, I will definitely play this day one. What are your thoughts on this? Does Mandragora look like it's up your alley? Let me know down below. This one's pretty cool. Cocoon is a unique puzzle game with a world leaping mechanic. So basically you can leave a world into another one, and the world you just left literally lies on the ground. You can then pick it up and use it to solve the next puzzle, or just take it with you into the next world. We have to wait and see how this actually plays, but it reminds me a bit of Inception with all the different layers of reality, and I really hope this will have some mind-bending puzzles to solve. Well, the lead gameplay designer of Limbo and Inside is working on this one, so it's fairly safe to say that we can expect a special adventure. As you can see from the trailer, there are of course even more puzzle mechanics besides the world leaping, and I personally can wait to wrap my head around them. There are even boss fights in this, so a bit of action is guaranteed too. Have you heard about Cocoon before and do you like puzzle games? Let me know in the comments. So the last game on our list is Kloa, Child of the Forest. This is an action-adventure heavily inspired by Zelda, and I think also from Hyper Light Drifter when looking at this style of graphics and some of the animations. The combat will be quite action-focused and dynamic. Kloa is equipped with a katana and a bow, and she's also able to guard and deflect incoming attacks, while her dash gives her the mobility she needs. There are also 4 elemental attacks to use, which gives it even more variation, and you can buy equipment and acquire new attacks to fight your enemies. Much like in Zelda games, there seems to be a focus on puzzles too, which is great because in my opinion there aren't enough games that really capture what makes Zelda special. Maybe Kloa will be able to do that. Yeah, this just looks like a solid pixel art dream and I can't wait to dive into it. What are your thoughts on this? Do you have Kloa on your radar? Tell me in the comments. That's it, 6 indie games I bet you haven't heard of, and I actually hope I'm wrong with that, because these games deserve to get more attention. Thanks for watching, and always keep in mind, if you enjoyed this video, there's always a way to show that by slapping that like button and hitting subscribe. Alright, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.